Hi everyone, so today's video is going to be about the 10-year-old boy who passed away from rat bite fever, and I just have some scrambled eggs here with some chia seeds mixed in, and the ratties are going to be munching on this while I'm talking about it. If you are a rat lover, if you own rats or into rats, then you've probably already heard about the Pankey family and their 10-year-old boy who passed away in San Diego of rat bite fever. I'm pretty sure it broke news last week or even the week before. It's kind of exploded on social media and all the rat communities, and people are still talking about it, and I'm actually still having people come up to me and tell me about it and tell me that I need to be careful, I need to get rid of my rats, and that this could happen to me. While researching before getting rats, I had read about rat bite fever and what it can do. Humans can get it by coming in contact with an infected rat's urine or letting them go near your mouth, and of course being bitten by the infected rat or even scratched by them. And gerbils and mice can also get this disease, and symptoms include a rash around the area where you've been scratched or bitten, and also fever, chills, vomiting, headache, muscle aches, and joint aches. And there's also been reports of having swollen lymph problems, especially in your underarm, groin, or neck area. It does sound like a pretty nasty disease, but it is treated with penicillin and people recover fairly quickly. The CDC, or the Center for Disease Control, has only reported 200 cases of rat bite fever since 2004. And they also state that it is extremely rare to actually pass away from the disease. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Aiden Pankey, the San Diego 10-year-old boy who passed away of rat bite fever in June of 2013. The reason this has exploded all over the news and internet right now is because the family is now suing Petco for an unspecific amount of money due to suffering from their lost child. And the reason that it took so long for them to put the lawsuit into effect was that they were waiting on lab results to come back with a positive or negative for the rat bite fever. This is Aiden and his grandmother and the rat named Alex that they purchased from Petco. Aiden had had a rat before and was wanting a second one, so his grandmother purchased Alex from the pet store on May 27th of 2013, and exactly 16 days later, on June 11th, is when Aiden woke up with some abdominal pain and a fever. They did take him to the emergency room, however, Aiden passed away about 1 o'clock in the morning the next day. According to the lawsuit, the rat did appear safe, and they're suing Petco basically for negligence, which led to their son's death. And they're also suing for an undisclosed amount of money for emotional and economic hardship. Petco has replied basically stating that they have preventative measures for rat bite fever in the information that it posts online, and that the company warns all rat owners or potential owners that pregnant women and children under the age of 5 with weakened immune systems should contact their doctor before buying a rat and should consider not even having a rat as a pet. Personally, I think that Petco is off the hook since they do have that disclaimer on their website and on their care sheet for rats. I also have a feeling that they're probably just going to go ahead and shove the blame onto the breeder that they actually get the rats on, which is right outside of San Diego, according to their website. I'm also not trying to downplay the loss of somebody's child. I can imagine that that's probably one of the worst things that anybody can ever go through. However, when you take on an animal like this, you do take on some risks, and dogs and cats who go outside can also contract this disease and bring it inside. It's not just rats or rodents. Actually, dogs and cats in general that go outside can bring in all kinds of nasty diseases and parasites that they can transmit over to your children and even you. So I guess my point to the video is that rat bite fever is real and it does exist. However, your chances of getting it are slim if you keep the cage clean, if you wash your hands after you come in contact with your rats, and purchasing your rat from a reputable breeder, shelter, or rescue can also lessen your risk of getting a rat with rat bite fever because they're not born with it. They actually contract it from other wild rats in huge breeding facilities. So getting a rat or any other kind of rodent or pet does have some risks with it, but I wouldn't consider rat bite fever a major concern. And I also feel like rats are kind of being targeted because they're not well liked in the general community, and people still think that they carry all kinds of nasty diseases. So I do feel like they're being targeted just because this did happen. I will go ahead and address the bubonic plague since that's what most people think of when they think of rats. Rats in general did not infest our country with the plague. It was the fleas that were hitching a ride over on top of the rats. A 5-minute Google search will tell you that, so I don't appreciate nasty comments that I get about the bubonic plague. So I hope this video helped you guys, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will try to answer them as soon as I can, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.